It actually stops.
Feels like a shame we can't smoke back here.
Yeah. Smoke what?
I need like some crazy kind of hazy shit.
Like a cigar?
Little beat generation going on.
I got an e-cig.
Are you stand up? Stop practicing your shit. I see that. Like, have you heard of one about?
I get a real life. Man, I'm a DJ. I come in whenever you want. Yeah.
Maybe over Thursday.
Yeah, I need to stop. I'm gonna take my back. Oh, they're cheap.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to Visions of Babylon presents on a Deliverance. I go by the name of Benville. I got my man Babylon AZ right beside me. We're gonna get a little something right here, real quick, and let y'all know. We do this every second and fourth Wednesday. Rain Dogs is a spot. Sit back and don't procrastinate. Clean up the metal sling. It's time to be spring, so you forget push it when remember. 21477. The damage like a habit. Cause 10 years later, I learned the time of being nothing else for good. So now my verbal stands to debate. Keep your pause and contemplate this. If you would ever mistake my lyrics again this media, I'm giving y'all delirious. My man Babylon ain't even serious. We're gonna talk about the word. I know you heard it.
There was a word, and it was good. It was not a twitch or a sigh. It was not to sell or to buy. It was not deciphered by the whims of an audience or a passersby. It was the word, pure and simple, and it was good.
It's the word. I know you heard. Yes, it may be so absurd. It's the word.
The word is taken many forms. We sing it in joy. We play it like a toy. We use it to build up and then to annoy. We could inspire others, but instead we destroy. Every plan, every ploy that we seek to employ begins with the word.
It's the word, and yes, it's absurd. I know you heard it. Yes, it's the word.
The word cannot be avoided or ignored. We defend, but it cuts like a sword. Every time that we're quiet, every time that we're bored, the word dances through the cluttered halls of our minds. It screams to us from public radio. It screams to us from podcast shows. Even when no one possibly knows a goddamn thing that they're talking about, the word keeps spewing forth.
The word. It's so absurd. It's so absurd. I know you heard the word. Yes, now keep this the word. Keep listening down. Keep this the word.
The word will tell you which cereal to eat. It will tell you why her beat is better than his beat. It will give you the whitest of teeth and the tastiest of salted treats. It will amaze you with worthless beats broadcast to your brain on YouTube.
Because it's the word. I know you heard it. Yes, it's absurd. It's so absurd. It's the word.
The word cannot be owned or contained. The word you hated last year are the words you'll love today. They come to us in the usual way, muttered by beautiful people when you can't hear what they say. They're plastered on billboards when you're just trying to make your way. They scream to you in every night and every day. And though they litter every visual space, you will not give them sway. But they will not be ignored. It's the word.
It's the word. Oh yes, it's absurd. I know you heard as though it's the word.
The popular belief, the revolution was televised. It was streamed across Netflix and Hulu and Google and Yahoo, so the pundits could start to homogenize and generalize every original thought that it once contained. It was drilled into your brain until you were paralyzed. The flood of media around you means that your every thought is minimized. The word rains down on us all until you can no longer sympathize with the plight of your fellow man. It's the word.
It's the word. Oh yes, it's absurd. Oh yes, so absurd. Oh, it's the word. I know you heard.
The word is still among us, but you've grown numb. Your words could affect change, but you twiddle your thumbs. You try to speak out, but your tongue has grown numb. There was a time when you knew the power of words, a time before you succumbed. But no matter where you go, no matter what you become, in the end, it will always be.
It'll always be
the word.
Yes, the word. Oh, it's absurd. I know you heard. Yes, it's the word. Under Deliverance, Visions of Babylon. Yes, we have it here every second and fourth Wednesday. Thank you for coming out this evening. We're going to get this started up shortly.
Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. We got a few ground rules. The first ground rule is the more you drink, the better everyone sounds. Drink up, motherfucker. The second ground rule is that if you want to get up, if you're not on the list already, come talk to me. Our magical digital list is in my hand right here. So we will get you up. You don't have to be worried about what you're doing. If you want to sing, if you want to do piano, as long as you get the piano up here. If you want to do poetry, if you want to do interpretive dance, if you want to do comedy, wait, don't do interpretive dance. But if you want to do comedy, you want to do spoken word, yeah, exactly. We'll get you up here. All we ask is that whenever people up here, you give them the full respect when they're on the mic. We're going to try to get as many different voices out in front of you tonight as we can. This happens every second and fourth Wednesday. This is Under Deliverance with my man Mendo on Visions of Babylon. Babylon AD.
Babylon AD and the place to be.
We are Visions of Babylon. Okay, so let me go to our list now. That's our little opening cue. The word, a little tradition we can start around here. CJ. Our first man on the mic tonight is CJ. He's going to come up with us with some comedic stylings. I want you to give him his full respect. Listen carefully.
I told Adam I was doing comedy. That was just going around dancing.
Sweet!
You don't know. My name's Carl James, CJ. People call me CJ. And I found out recently that my wife is pregnant.
Woo!
Yeah. You can cheer or you can just throw money on the stage because that shit is expensive, right? Yeah, seriously, it's expensive. No, we went to the place to get all that registry shit. And we found a breast pump there. Breast pump, $600 for a breast pump. When I have a perfectly good shop vac sitting in my shed, perfectly good shop vac in my shed. I was like, why are we spending $600 on a breast pump? We spent $300 on a kid carrier, one of those like scoop it up, carry the kid thing. And I'm like, I got a 5-gallon bucket right next to the shop vac. Right? My wife points out on the 5-gallon bucket, look, it has a picture right here. Right here, the baby is drowning on the 5-gallon bucket. And I'm like, hey, come on, looks like a bad parent. I drilled holes in the bottom. Come on now. Plus, that's a safety feature, but it's also a luxury feature because you take that shit, put the baby in it without any clothes on. You hook it up on the tree. Now, if the baby secretes any of that baby juice, this comes right out of the bottom. Right? And some of you aren't laughing because you're like,
hey man, what's the number for child support services? I want to call on this guy, right? Yeah, that's what you guys are thinking right now.
So, having a kid, you know, like you just adopted a kid too. Having a kid is it's a new thing, but it's one of my goals in life to be a father. And it's good to have goals in life. One of my other goals in life is to be able to go to the grocery store. And when the woman says, "Do you have a rewards card?" I want to figure out how to say no in such a way that she won't ever ask me, "Do you want one?" Right? We've all had that experience, right? They say, "Do you have a rewards card?" Now, I've been working on some of my responses that, "Do you have a rewards card?" This is my first one. I just go. For as long as possible. After that, they don't offer you one, right? So when they offer you one, it's always like, well, our corporation will get your email address, and then we'll give you all this junk mail. We'll give you an extra card to put in your wallet. It'll be great, right? Do you have a rewards card? So my second one is this. Do you have a rewards card? What the fuck would I have a rewards card? Right? Only got kicked out of one grocery store for that one. My favorite one. I've never been offered a rewards card after this one. Do you have a rewards card? My mother was killed by a rewards card. Yeah, you say that, they never offer you a rewards card. It's just like every time they go, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Sorry to hear that. Yeah, but that's what's funny. I mean, you know, you say things like that. It doesn't make any sense, but people they get it, right? English has all kinds of shit like that. You know, it's called an idiom, right? An expression. An expression that doesn't really mean anything, but it's just an idiom. My favorite idiom. Now that the cat's out of the bag. You heard this idiom? You guys heard this? Basically, it means like, now that there's this new thing that's come to light, I can be honest with you. Now that the cat's out of the bag, I can tell you the truth, right? So, at some point in history, there was somewhere a guy that was putting enough cats in bags that he developed this expression that when the cat came out of the bag, he was able to be honest, which is just, I don't know where that was happening, but it's just, anyway, now that the cat's out of the bag, I don't think this is what they meant by a cat burglar. Right? Now that the cat's out of the bag, I think it's safe to say I was trying to kill your cat by keeping it in the bag. Now that the cat's out of the bag, I think we should have spent that extra money on being out. Now that the cat's out of the bag, the smell of rotting flesh is a lot stronger. Yeah, now that the cat's out of the bag. You guys don't like cats, huh? Or you like cats too much, you can't laugh at dead cats. You guys know stand-up and musicians, they're measured on different standards, right? Musicians get up in front of people and they do all the same material and everyone's like, yeah, I love this shit, right? Tom Petty goes, she's a good girl, she loves her mama. And everyone's like, yeah, awesome. Now, if stand-up and musicians were measured by the same standard, Tom Petty would go, she's a good girl. And like, damn, does this guy have any new material or what? What the fuck is he singing that song again? You ever been to a concert? Been to a concert where the band is like, oh, we're well known enough. We're going to do this shit. They get to the chorus and they go, right? You've seen that. Everybody's seen that. They get to the chorus and they're like, oh, my fans gonna sing. And I'm always in the crowd going, I paid $8 to listen to you sing. Lazy ass, come on, start singing, right? So I'm thinking, if stand-up and musicians are measured by the same standard, here's what I'm gonna do. For the rest of the night, when I get to my punchline, I'm just gonna go. And that's where you guys say, fuck you, you're telling the jokes here. Fuck you, you're telling the jokes here. That's right, I'm CJ.
Good to see y'all. Thank you. All right, have a seat. That was good. That's good. That goes back to what we say about Visions of Babylon. Just to reiterate what we do here. You come back into our house, and any means of expression you feel that you want to express is open, is welcome here. So, comedy, love it. This is great. Adam, what we got coming up next?
Yeah, Jimmy Locksmith.
Jimmy Locksmith. Where's he at? Let's give him a round for Jimmy Locksmith.
Great, Jim Brogan.
No, that's my materials for.
When I say spoken, you said words. Spoken. Spoken. I'm a painter and a pen with anger. I'm a runner and a pessimist depression. I'm a thinker who stars your mouth is wrong. I'm a believer who's pleasing the blood and infinite. Say that I'm a stranger and will agree. Volume and intensity are who I am. If I were normal, I would not be big. If I'm too much for you, then you aren't paying attention. I don't make art for art's sake. What I create is for my own. What you see is what you get, but only if you look close. It's things you understand. So make me a mystery or a puzzle. I've done what I've done, and I've said what I've said, and all that I am is that which has been. Thank you. Really good energy. Alright, because this is how I roll. Do you want to hear, because I got something. Do you want to hear, I'm a performance poet, so you want to do some poetry, but I'm also a storyteller, so do you want to hear some storytelling?
Yeah.
No. Poetry or storytelling, what first?
Okay.
First one I opened to. You ever had something in your life for a reason, and decides to come back? This is the poem. This one you write for that person. Wow. This poem is called Pale Ghost. I once saw you dead to the world, dead to me. In the cold autumn night, I watched your spectre drift away. In the moonlight, tears fell on broken promises. We lost the old, the new, the borrowed, the blue. But after your bones were laid to rest and your memory was buried, beyond the veil appeared a wraith that bore your name. Incorporeal, you moved through gravestones and mausoleums to find me. What was promised to you on the other side was not what it had seemed. The spoils you were sure awaited you left you unsatisfied over days. Now with glowing eyes and frozen claws, you come to drain the life from me. Your vampiric gaze fell upon me. Diabolical. Away from me! I shall not let you haunt me. I condemn your remains to smother your corpse in earth. You're an unwanted ghoul, a rejected gas, an exercised phantasm. I rebuke and turn away the abysmal shape before me. Fall to the depths which you sprang up with all sincerity of all my being. I seek you, cast off into me. Step aside, demon. Get behind me. I need you. Thank you. I was in Springfield, and I was picking my daughter up from her mom's house, and what we were going to do is I was going to pick her up, take her back to my place. Her mom was going to get ready, and we were all going to go for family dinner, because that's what we do. That's how we do it in this family. So, as I was walking by to put her in my car, I look over and I see this gathering of parents and kids. One of whom was, have any of you ever heard of the band True Shadows? Yes. All right, well, they're worth if you haven't, they're worth a listen. Might not be. I look over and I see Rogue, the lead singer of the True Shadows. And I found out that they lived in my neighborhood because once I was at Walgreens with my daughter and mom, and I saw him and his wife in the morning. And I told myself, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. Because You weren't there, but we remember what happened when I met Jennifer Lawrence for the first time. I went up to him and I said, I really like your stuff. Your spoken word got me through a really bad time recently. My friends and I affectionately refer to you as Uncle Hank because we all love your stuff. And I feel right now how you felt when you met Iggy Pop for the first time. Yeah, I made a fool of myself. I was supposed to be. So I looked over, oh my God, there he was. But my daughter wanted to go play with some of the kids. And I said, so she went and played with the kids. And I talked to one of the other moms and said, and they invited me to this movie night, projector, screens, that was our setup. I said, yeah, sure. And so, talked to my daughter's mom. We all sat together. And my goal for that night was to not talk to her at all. I didn't want to. I knew I would have been fooling myself doing something I did not want to do. So at one point we got there. These kids are running around. We put my daughter down. She's 2. She went running around, and then she was running behind these 2 older kids. One of them turned, hit, checked my daughter, ate shit right on the sidewalk. And her mom went to pick her up and went, oh, okay, it doesn't look bad. Is that blood? Her mouth was full of blood. It looked like a Slayer video. It's the only way I can describe it. So, yeah, I was just frozen, and this team of moms descended upon us. And the next thing you know, we're in the house. My daughter's cleaned up. Her mom's cleaned up. She had blood all over her, and I'm just standing there, completely running on adrenaline. And walks in the rogue and his daughter. And I was just so adrenaline, I didn't give a shit. I'm just going to fuck with her. And he said, well, my daughter wanted to see how she was doing. And I'm like, okay, I'm Jimmy, this is my friend December Rose, my daughter. And he was like, oh, nice to meet you. And it was weird because looking back, I realized that I wasn't meeting him as a band musician. I was meeting him as dad to dad. And looking back, I realized that fatherhood, in a lot of ways, is a great equalizer because regardless of how different 2 people are, regardless of how different 2 men are, if you have children, you have an inexplicable bond, something profound in common. And I know that one day I may meet him and I may be like, Winter Report really inspired me, especially the line, for heaven shall remember the silent and the brave, and I saw you once, you were really good. Pass out. I know that man. But for now, as I look back, I just want to know that when it comes down to it, all we were, just 2 dads. Thank you. Story or small? Oh! I'm sorry, I heard.
Speak, boy!
My poetry, by the way, is, well, here, this one is okay. A few months ago, I was moving, and I found old poetry back in my sad young bones. And I got it. So this has to be worth it. So I opened it up. It was just hilarious. Just crap written. Just like, I look upon the sad earth with tear-filled eyes. Oh, pity me not as I live in the solid whatever. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Going through like, your pain is killing me? And deeper down I go, I lie here still and listen to your cutting words. What the shit? But I didn't. I went through every page, and it was definitely worth it. But I did find one poem that was worth saving. This poem was called What is Art? What is art? Can you touch it? Is it a picture, a song, an act of creation, a feeling, experience, a life, and everything? What is art? Who owns it? Who has it? Does it belong? Who does it belong to? Does it stay? Does it leave? Does it remain? Does it exist? What is art? Do we hear it? Do we see it? Do we feel it? Do we touch it? Do we taste it? What is art? Does it have rules? Does it us? Do we rule it? Does it rule us? What is art? What we ask? What is the truth? What's going to help me find by asking? What is art? It's where I want to be. Thank you.
Let's give it up again for Jimmy Locksmith. Can I get a little accompaniment up here? Thank you, Linda. All right. Back in the 90s, I was stationed in Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. Things I'm about to say may or may not be true. This is what we call summer in Las Vegas. It's 11 p.m. I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas. I'm sitting at a blackjack table, restlessly, and the 60-year-old transvestite sitting next to me, not you, Amanda, can't keep his purse or his hands off my knee. I get up and leave, but I'm on a crazy winning streak, and I can't help but think that somehow my luck is tied to this freak. As the count decreases, I double down, and I begin to drown in a sea of chips as the pit bosses frown. I order the table, another round, but these losers, they find themselves hopelessly bound to a game they despise, a game that confounds. As their kids' college funds are whittled away, every chip that they lose seems to ricochet my way. The more that I drink, the more recklessly I play, but my luck doesn't turn. It only multiplies and sends the casino into disarray. After an incredible run of 21s, the floor manager taps me on the shoulder and says, "Son,
Your time.
and our casino is definitely done." But I just laugh indignantly, and I get up and walk out triumphantly with $5,000 of crisp new money. And the tranny gazes after me wistfully.
Polar opposites and extreme measures. Secret endeavors. They say he'd be so clever. However, I be the mild man, modern day man who used to be Jay Gatsby. Now I go by the name of Mendo, actually.
I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas.
So this is the devil's playground. How do we stay sound? Living here bound to these virtual shackles. I hear the whispers and cackles as derelicts of dialect show me how to reflect.
I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas.
Spitting verses from the get-go. Let's know this isn't the norm. We've been known to conform since the days of the storm. We get a weed weather this storm.
I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas.
As the moon is on the rise, and lyrics be crisp and mesmerized, and JB realizing that this dream is a reality, that at night I fight these fallacies.
I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas.
Expressions cross levels on many spiritual planes to down deep roots of pain to mundane from the pain that I sustain. Now that I have your attention, know that my wordplay is seamless.
I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas. I'm standing in a nightclub, and I'm not sure if it's a strip club or a gay club, but I know it's not the right club. All I can confirm is that it's a grimy hub full of strangers searching for any excuse to pump and grind and rub. I'm motionless. They're oblivious to my presence. Beating down on me is the ocean beats upon the shore, but amazingly, the cocktail waitress cuts and slices her way to me through the undulating crowd, paying no attention to elbows that bruise her grievously. Having reached my island of rigidity, she stares through me vacuously and asks if I'd like anything to drink. I order a shot of Patron.
Yeah.
a white Russian, a whiskey sour, a vodka martini, and 3 whole mangoes. Without hesitation, she heads back to the bar, and I gaze at the light show as an astronomer gazes at the stars, savoring hallucinations, grotesque and bizarre, that are caused by the sting of cheap cigars and the lasers that cause corneal scars. It's 2 a.m. I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas. After 20 minutes of staring at the dashboard, I finally passed the test. I remember how to start my car, and I begin the quest for breakfast. Casino lights streak across my windshield, making me hypnotized, possessed, and as the speedometer races, my head nods, and I know that I need rest, but I still believe I can somehow find a cold deer and welcoming breasts. Maybe one night this will end in arrest, but for now it seems like I'm constantly blessed, so rather than curling up in my bed, I'll find somewhere else to be an awkward guest. The asshole sitting next to me at the stoplight stares into my car like he's never seen the sight of a white guy blasting NWA from his Volkswagen Rabbit in the dead of the night. I'm about to flip him off when he throws on his flashers and he pulls over the idiot who just ran the light in front of us like a party crasher. And as I cruise down the street, my casual escape only makes me bolder. It makes me crasher. It's 3 a.m. I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas.
So this is amazing chew at St. Louis Barbecue, so I decided this is where I'm going to chill. As I walk in, these silent Asians stare at me restlessly, wondering what's going to be next coming from me. She starts yelling some gibberish. I don't know what to do, but she sees I'm not leaving, so what does she do? She escorts me to the premier table, right next to the kitchen and the shitter. When my food arrives, I wonder if these Chinese chefs are spitters. They give me rice, pork on the bone, and some chopsticks. Because apparently forks and knives are for round-eyed quitters. I'm not going to let them know I'm bitter. So for the next 2 hours, I try helplessly, oh so helplessly, to take in this food with these chopsticks. And as I do it, everybody falls back into the bowl, of course. I stab, turn, stir, toss, flip back, forth, hoping for the magic trick to get this food into my belly quick. But I realize that I'm too hungry to be slick. I'm at the point where I'll sell my soul. Shit, I'll sell my mom if I can get this food into my belly, because I'm straight starving. So I hold the bowl to my mouth like a beggar as the food just slops in, all down my face. And I devour St. Louis Barbecue like a crazy wild-eyed wrecker. And when I leave this place with barbecue sauce splattered all over my face, all I have behind me are the visions of the 50 silent agents staring at me.
It's 5 a.m. I'm drunk, I'm high, and I'm in Las Vegas. I'll be reporting for duty in 2 hours, but there's no time left for alarm clocks and showers. Later, I'll be scolded by military powers, but for now, I'm still searching for candy to devour. The couch I sit on is not my own. The home I'm in looks like a war zone. The people here are all unknown, and they all commit acts that cannot be condoned. There are 3 guys fucking in the back bedroom. There are 2 girls making out in the front room, with 2 other guys hovering so close that they can make out the girls' perfumes. The stereo spits a spastic mix of gangster rap, country music, and show tunes. The girl nestled next to me gives me no leg room, and she stares at me with an awkward mixture of lust and impending doom. I can't tell from her expression whether she wants to fuck or whether there's something horrible stuck to my face, something she wishes she could pluck. Her touch is warm and inviting, but I'm disturbed. I'm thunderstruck by the fact that I can't judge her beauty. My mind has run amok. I can process all the details of her face. I can identify her hair color, her smile, her weight, her race, but somehow the categories of gorgeous and ugly have both become interlaced. She strokes the bulge of my pants and starts to come in for a kiss. But my fleeting attention has already become completely and utterly focused on the center of the living room and a 50-year-old cocktail waitress. She dances awkwardly and alone, but doesn't realize anything's amiss. She waves her arms around like a little girl who needs to take a piss. And when she closes her eyes, I can visualize as she starts to reminisce about a time when she wasn't an embarrassment, when she wasn't a meth addict. No one else seems to notice her, and I wonder if she even exists. She motions for me to join her, and I shake my head, but she insists, and quite frankly, at this point in the morning, I'm not sure exactly what I can resist. For that matter, I'm not sure if the tongue of my ear belongs to the girl on my side. And I'd leave this place if I could just remember how to get outside. But the confusion that I'm dealing with now is a confusion that I supplied. So I close my eyes and wait patiently for the daylight to be my guide. It's 7 a.m. I'm still drunk.
Still high.
I'm still high. And I'm somewhere in Las Vegas. Thank you.
So, I wanted to share something with you guys now. Adam was in Vegas when he went through this debacle, this encounter, this vision that he went through. And I have said this before, those of you who have been here before. I thank him for allowing me just to do a portion of that. And each time that I end up getting to read it, I feel more the vision. And at some point, I actually do feel as if I was fucked up in Vegas somewhere. So I thank you for allowing me to.
One day eventually we'll get to Vegas.
I get to Vegas, I ain't come back. You know,
All right. I want you all to give a big round of applause for our next performer. We have someone here who is going to bless the mic that I have not heard before. So I am very excited to hear what he brings to the table, to the mic, to the stage, whatever we want to call it. So I want you to put your hands together and give a big round of applause for our new poet tonight, Jay.
It's been a long time since I've done anything like this. So Bad Latin stepping off the bus, wide-eyed alone with 30 others, freshly starched and shaved signed up, strangers forward with a boot camp rust. We prideful fist against the breast, basic grad employment orders, gung-ho at Uncle Sam's behest, bank and file foreign borders, pulling strings, iron curtain, government echelon ascension, national stability uncertain, economy pressing, political tension. Across the sea, around the world, must push on and never cease. Blood-soaked stars and stripes unfurled in unrelenting war for peace. Man-made thunder cuts desert skies, outbound scrambles, mounts attack, mortars deafen screaming cries, artillery's rumble, missiles cracking. And in the trenches, waves of war, ebb and flow with no advance. Farm boys dying young and poor, victims of stately circumstance. Weather canned and foxholes right, of better days and brighter dawns. Come sunup after ambush night, the platoon with all their hope is gone. Shell-shocked chaplains combat mass, amid the dead sour salvation. Unburied soldiers just left in cracks, just protocol and battle station. Home front widow, mother of 3, nothing in life more realistic. One man's death a tragedy, a nation's fate a mere statistic. Children play far from frontline rage, they're shielded from adulthood greed, and the ignorance that comes with age, oblivious of race and creed. Simplicity and innocence, they play together hand in hand. Peace without needed defense, too pure to fully understand. To die of future's consequence. One day, our sins may they atone. In today's fields of innocence, tomorrow's seeds of chance or so. Woo! Went to the trial in school. My teacher, she asked the class, what do you all want to be when you grow up? All around the room, small hands raised, and when called upon, the children responded with the very answers one would expect of elementary youth. I want to be a fireman, said one. I want to be an astronaut, said another. A doctor with lots of money. And the list went on and on until I was the only one left who hadn't raised my hand nor answered the question. Well, James, we haven't heard from you yet, said Mrs. Joyner. Why don't you want to share with the class what you want to be when you grow up? Go on, tell us. And I had remained still the whole time, quietly contemplating what my dream was for myself when I got older. What did I really yearn to become? I looked around the room at all the other kids focused on me, and at the teacher who sat patiently waiting for her pupil's response. And as the clock slowly ticking away the precious seconds of life, I smiled confidently, and with one word knew that I was different, and that I would forever find myself slightly apart, displaced from any group I was ever around. What did I want to be when I grew up? I said simply, doing nothing. Woo! I know I paid a lot of attention when the VP oil spill happened in the Gulf, and you know I really like to go to the wild, to serve metallurgy and biology and all that crap. And I was really big into it, and I noticed after that several other instances happened, but nobody decided to pay any attention. And that's where this next piece came from, so if you bear with me, it's very short. It's titled Blue Pain. Toxic wounds glow on gauze, erupting from the deep, pumping poison veins on heart into the bloodstream sea. The torn and raised, bruised, beaten skin, ripped ragged and deep, as the mothers introduced the sin, her children forced to watch the rape. As old as dawn, the pain now peaked, felt since touch of human hand, and in silent agony has shrieked since modern time began. With blinded eyes and deafened ears, lie attentions never turned. With muted cries and dusty tears, thy answers never known. Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for Jay there. I love when you bring people up in the life that I haven't heard, because you never know what they're going to bring to the table. I appreciate anything anyone does up here. But there's always that moment when a new person gets up on the mic and you're like, I don't know what's about to happen. This might be some crazy shit. This might be some good shit. It might be some shit. You never know. But it's cool when someone gets up, and that was very thoughtful. All three of those pieces, I thought they were really cool. So thank you very much. All right, so we got something a little lyrical now. Were we able to get the beats behind this, or are we going to do like?
Yeah, we got the beats.
Okay, so we got beats. So this is not just a night of people spitting over a silent mic. We got some beats. I want you to give a warm welcome here to another first timer here at Under Deliverance. Jacob, can we get you up on stage?
Google me, or you can just talk to me. All good. Yo, hello? Yeah, I mean, through them things, bro. 17 apiece. Yeah, I still want to go. Alright, where you want to meet at? McKinnon? Alright, that's a bet. Truth be told, turn my heart cold. Things I once did that they still consume my soul. Lessons I learned, bridges I learned. The money you earn will make your world turn. Truth be told, turn my heart cold. Things I once did that they still consume my soul. Lessons I learned, bridges I learned. The money you earn will make your world turn. Cop 330s and 100 back of blow. 2010 grand, we post that in the side though. Southbound on US 1. Cody was riding shotgun, I was sitting in the back. I was looking at the clothes that had a third day on their back. In that algebra books and the console laying flat. Showed me how to break them up and told me not to blow. And I hit me on the battery and it tickled my console. First time shorting, your boy started choking. I ain't blow the battle, so that shit was still loading. Hat full low, and my eyes very open. Falling to sleep, getting over well, Lord, nah, that could never be me. One over to a nine, that's experimenting. Ignorance and bliss, I'm an unlearned king. So there's learning, so I stuck this authority. Truth be told, some by cold. Things I once did, that they took into my soul. Lessons I learned, riches I learned, the money you earn will make your wealth earn. Truth be told, some by cold. Things I once did, that they took into my soul. Lessons I learned, riches I learned, the money you earn will make your wealth earn. Fast forward, steadily moving towards an insatiable appetite for more money. Just green bits of paper, I straight to my dealer and it satisfy your hunger that the devil delivers. 18, yeah, reboots, girl, 20 bands, subscription, Roxy, snorting, Roxy, baby, you got me. On some real shit, gave me confidence, but then spit trying to be somebody that I wasn't. Didn't like me, for me, you feel me, cousin. Street preachers and beatings, monsters and demons, they rolling, from my heart feeling, surrounding and taking falls. Not holding soul. Girls roll pills on. Money gone, truth be told. Some are cold. Things I once did that they took into my soul. Lessons I learned, riches I learned, the money you earn will make your wealth earn. Truth be told, some are cold. Things I once did that they took into my soul. Lessons I learned, riches I learned, the money you earn will make your wealth earn. My whole life, spilling into the new when I'm feeling alive. Different people, different visions, my character traits, switching, reversing, a youngster unable to deal with warning, pissed off and know that. Guess what? I have that, I'm sick of it, no bag, we get back, you know that. Lying, I'm stealing, begging, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding, but nothing's receding. Did drugs and stop drugs, don't want to do drugs. I do want to have love, but that is the best drug. I'm from without love. In that case, I'm on drugs, so give me a bullet, be my father above. Truth be told, turn my cold. Things I once did that they took into my soul. Lessons I learned, riches I learned, the money you earn will make your wealth earn. Truth be told, turn my cold. Things I always did that they still consume my soul.
My man Jacob coming up on the mic with Truth Be Told. That's in my head right now. Truth Be Told. That's hot. We're going to get him back up in a little bit. Right now, my man Babylon AD is going to come up here and we're going to give you a little bit of her disease.
First of all, a little shameless self-promotion. A few months ago, I finished my first book.
Yeah.
There's no nice little hook there. There's no entry fee tonight. All you have to do is just buy 3 of these. That's all I ask. So, I take checks, blood donations, whatever. But anyway, I also want to give a quick shout out. I want to make sure everyone understands who the whole crew is. Visions of Babylon, the front man up here, of course, are Mendo and myself. I'm Babylon AD. We have big help back here from DJ Crave.
My man, my
I know he's available to do your birthdays and your weddings and all that shit, but he's so much more talented than that as well. I'm sure he'll do that too, but he can come up with the beats. He can really get a party started. So I want you to keep that man in mind. Look him up on Facebook. He's really cool. Kyron, is Kyron still back there?
Right here.
They said, I was like, I can't see.
That's the beat maker.
Kyron is working the soundboard. I want to give big props to Kyron as well. So we couldn't do this without the man back there. We're really happy to have him. Okay, so back to the poetry. As my man Mendo said, it's a little piece I call Her Disease. Y'all ready for some happy shit? I don't do no happy shit. Alright. As she sits across from me, I watch her fidgeting restlessly, shuffling coasters between her fingers as compulsion strips away her dignity. Her body is rigid, but her shoulders are limp as the weight of her burden erodes our relationship. I observe as she squints, as a thought rises up to the surface, a flinch, as she struggles to define her expression, a wince. And feeling defeated, she retreats to her core again. The silence is only broken by the tinkling of ice in my whiskey and by the wispy shredding of napkins that happens efficiently and quickly. She tears them into identical strips and stacks them fiercely with a careful attention to detail that she has never afforded to me. The silverware is severely aligned, and each of her movements is eerily designed to preserve the only corner of her world that she controls with absolute certainty. She begins to speak, but only manages to mumble. I try to engage, but her world starts to crumble with every word that tumbles from my mouth. Her hand acquires a tremor, and she visibly recoils at my tenor. I push her for answers, but it makes me the aggressor, and my questions are nothing to her but stressors, pressing her ever closer to panic. Panic that simmers in her like an ember. Feeling helpless before her like a beggar, I give up the fight and retreat altogether. She extends a hand, not in tenderness, but as a trap set and sprung by the treacherous. I grab it, and it feels cadaverous, a touch that affords me no deference. I don't know where she wants to be, but I know I'm not her preference. I portray a sense of warmth, of gentleness, but as I do, her shallow breath loses its resonance, and her palms acquire a clamminess that I have never felt before. Every pore of her skin screams escape, as though the touch of my hand is akin to rape. Facing her repulsion, I start to deflate, and rather than fight, I evacuate back into my corner of the booth. She taps the table repeatedly with a cadence that belies her meekness, as though she's trying to complete a sequence heatedly. Each of my gestures interrupts her focus, causing her to respond freakishly and forcing her to reboot the process, fatiguing me with a frustrated sigh. Waiting for the ritual's end is futile, but halting it only fuels her disapproval. I confront her compulsions, but I'm met with refusals, and the tension between us spawn the accrual of bitterness that underlies her condition. The meal that I eat offends her. The mere sound of my voice upends her. The color of my jacket apprehends her. The tone of my words condescends her. The touch of my hand discontents her. The topic I discuss only extends her anxiety, and the man I become now only prevents her from reaching her hopes and dreams. Every empty gaze I receive from her makes me wonder why I haven't taken leave of her, and it baffles me to think that I was once interweaved with her. There was a time when I thought that all could be achieved with her, but now all I know are dinners that are grieved with her. As we head to the car, I try to walk by her side as though we're a couple, a loving husband and bride, but she takes great pains to ensure the divide between us is only multiplied. And as I absorb yet another hit to my pride, it is clear to me she cannot abide the thought that I might reside anywhere within her presence. And as we settle into the car, I can see that she's mortified, that she'd rather be crucified than spend another minute alongside me. The ride home is an exercise in distraction. I listen to the banal contraption of talk radio while she feeds her attraction to Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and Instagram and any other proxy for real interaction. Each of us is a singular faction searching in vain for our own lonely satisfaction. There was a time, so long ago, when we both had compassion, when conversation between us was more than a transaction, but every word we speak now only leads to retraction, so it's easier to stay silent than to risk a reaction. I used to believe that she had an affliction, That the friction between us could be cured by prescription, but years of silent contrition have taught me the folly of that position. There is only one way to secure her remission, and it requires the removal of my implicit opposition. Because there are no others who make her freeze. But when she's alone, she feels totally at ease. It's only in my presence that she starts to wheeze. And though there are no guarantees, it doesn't take much expertise to see that I'm her catalyst. I'm her adjutant. I am her disease.
My man Babylon. I'm pretty sure that there's very many people that can kind of relate, whether you're male or female, however your situation is, can see a piece like that. So that's great. Thank you, Adam.
Let me just mention really quick too, the signups are still going on. So I got the sign-up list that I got on my phone here tonight. But if anyone is not on the list already that wants to get up here, by all means, come tap me on the shoulder. We'll get you up, whether you're doing poetry, music, interpretive dance, whatever it is you do. Let's get you up.
Right. I know, Jacob, you want to hit up Adam, and you want to do another piece.
Yes.
So right now, coming up on stage, I believe Dennis.
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Come on up, Dennis. Come on up.
Can I dance?
Yes.
Dennis is not going to do interpretive dance, contrary to popular belief.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right, guys. Dennis, thank you.
Hey guys, nice to see you guys up here. Can't see any of you, just see these three lights blinding me. Like Jesus and the Holy Father and the other guy. Adam, you totally messed me up on your like sad stuff there. Some sad stuff too, but now I have to read something that's not so sad. But
You don't want people to slip their wrists.
I had a quick, like, really feel good piece to make me feel a little better, and then I'll bring you down. Behind your ears, my gentle kisses and ink on your skin, in my head. The water flows and turns to wine and begins one single night without expectation. A stranger in the night, a few hours, an evening and a morning, you knew me so well. And what was I to know of him, of you, and the stirring you would cause? An image burns, memory resounds, and the film of our past goes on to shape the day. Unguarded, with hazel eyes, big as dreams, and auburn hair pulled back, falling softly, sweetly, without end. For you, the silence is nothing. The escape is everything. And for me, of course, I wonder if I had any sway. So the question is, and always has been, what am I to you? And is there anything at all that I can do? Yes, clap for the pussy. Not like the woman, but like the guy who's like, oh, whatever you want. That's bullshit. They're gonna bring you down. Congratulations! Today is mandated by the court, and you're about to chew the cuticle out from under your nail, third finger to the right. You know, the one you use to express yourself in traffic. Speaking of which, you waited 49 minutes in a foreign death cab to get here. And now this. I apologize for the inconvenience, but doctor is running late. Feel free to wait here in office, third door from right. The sweater your mother gave you for Christmas last year that you're wearing right now, it smells like death. It's starting to itch. It's too fucking early for you to be up right now. And just in case you're keeping track, you've been wearing the same sneakers for 2.5 years. The soles are gone. You'd be better off barefoot. You'd be better off without any clothes at all. Hell, you'd be better off with just one less personality disorder. Sometimes, you'd be better off dead. If only you could survive it. The room you're in, it's on the 32nd story. It's a good thing you're not afraid of heights, are you? You're not afraid of anything, are you? There's a woman behind the curtain, and if she had a face, you couldn't see it anyway. Like inverted swan legs, her pasty arms thrust the city into view. The fog of war creeping in. It's not natural light. It's reflected radiation. Everything is fucking radioactive. The mystery woman doesn't speak. She knows the light is really pissing you off. Her name tag reads Dr. Sandra G., the woman without a face. Well, her tits are nice. Firm, 26-year-old tits. She just finished paying them off. Her waist is fertile at best, but her face, where the hell is it? The first time she sees you, she already knows you're fucking crazy. She's got your files stuffed in the first drawer on the right. The way she sits down at her desk, hiding behind her Michael-Laden nameplate, she's just pretending to be professional. She's trying so hard to be impartial. It's not working. The way her eyes avoid you, you can tell she's been having sex with dolphins. In other words, she's seen more closely than you've seen fish at a fish market. Or she opens her mouth to speak. The awful promise of pseudoscience. This better be the last time. So, how do you feel? Right now? Yes, right now. Right now is exactly 11 seconds. Right now is a series of depressive flashbacks, random outbursts, and perpetual cynicism. Right now is the time between an old white shoelace and death by strangulation. 11 seconds, and you've already scared the shit out of her. Good work. She's going to do cartwheels when she finds out what's next. 12 seconds, so you strangle the bitch. When she starts to cry, you'll promise to stop. Fuck. She's dry. Nothing. Too busy trying to hang on. What a waste. 7 minutes later, and she's dead as dead, stretched out like some augmented starfish. Who would have known? 7 minutes later, and you notice her eyes. They match the sky. So pale, so blue, so common. Right now, it's about time to wake up. Your therapy session is about to start, but you don't need therapy, do you? There couldn't be anything wrong with you, right? And if you like big band music, I'm in a 21-piece jazz band. It's called Crescendo Amelia. Check it out on Facebook.
When does that band play?
We're playing Saturday for a private event.
Saturday for a private event. So you all ask some. You're not going to hear that. Okay. No, that's big band. That's awesome shit. Okay. Thank you again, Dennis. Very cool. Okay, our next performer tonight is a little on the lighter side. This is a man who, even though this is only our third performance tonight, I do appreciate the fact that he is, other than Mendo and myself, I think probably the only person who's gone up here and performed every single time we've had this show. So I appreciate his support. We want to keep supporting him. So please give a big round of applause, a lot of welcome to Vinny. Hi everybody, I'm Vinny. This is where we say hi. Hi, Vinny. Hey, all right, thanks. I love what you've done with this place. This gives open concept a whole new idea, does it not? This is wonderful. I like this. See some stool samples for me up here. I gotta tell you, I'm really pleased to be sharing the stage with Kate Moss. Saw a picture of her eating a 3-course meal. There were 3 Tic Tacs on the plate. Every time I see a picture of Hillary Clinton, I remember why there are gay men. Every time I see a picture of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Ginsburg, I'm reminded why I never became a gynecologist. Whenever I open my girlfriend's medicine cabinet and I see that giant, brand new, shiny, deluxe size bottle of Pamprin sitting there, I realize it's date night with Mr. Hand. I had a dog up until last week, but he drank a bunch of Asian coolant and died. Yeah. But, I'm a big believer in recycling, so I throw him in the car. And on hot days like this, when I'm driving down the highway, if the engine starts to overheat, just throw him under the hood. It's not true. It was my cat. I know the 3 words every woman wants to hear. I can get a date at any time by walking up and whispering these words into her ear. So picture this. She is prettiest girl in the bar. Here's me. I look like a yellow crayon threw up on my shirt. I have money. Works every time. Trust me on this. But I'm Italian, but I'm Jewish too. And it's not easy being a minority when you don't look like one. I mean, look at me. I look like a middle-aged dago who stole a haircut from 1975. But it's gorgeous, isn't it? Look, it's magnificent. But, my people don't recognize me. I went into a Jewish bakery last week and asked for a baker's dozen. And they gave me 11. It should have been 18. But I'm not just Jewish. I'm also Catholic and Christian. So here you have 3 of the 4 major religions, all wrapped up in one glorious mystery. But I never finished with the Islam because the bomb belt detonation training course I realized was the kind of class you could only pass once. And the instructors there are going, brilliant, A+. Not for me. Oh, by the way, I have helping me out here Apple's latest technological advancement. I'm sure you all know Apple Corporation. This is called iPaper, and I like to write on it with my iPad. So, right, all right. So yeah. But I'm the world's poorest Jew, too. I mean, usually you see Jews with like luxury cars and trips to Israel for their bar mitzvahs. But I have an Acura, but it's like 20 years old and beat up. And for my bar mitzvah, I got a bottle of Manischewitz and a pack of cigarettes. I went to college, but it was state school. No Ivy League for this guy here. Oh gosh, you guys are so nice tonight. Yeah, I love this place. This is wonderful. What else can I hit you with? Oh gosh. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you all, especially men, with one great tip. And take this from me. This is another one of those things like the I have money. This works every single time. I see on Facebook they have these ads where it's saying, "Men, do you struggle with women?" And I'm like, no, I don't struggle with women. I have chloroform. All right, thank you. There's that's almost it. I got one more bit for you. All right. Let me take a look at you. I can't see you. Oh man, this is a gorgeous audience. This is like being a preacher. There's like nobody in the front row, and everybody's in the back. Hoping the preacher doesn't see them, and we're talking about their sin, and we're like looking at everybody individually. So one thing I realized about Americans is you can sell an American anything as long as you have a foreign accent. So it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're watching CBS, some show where they're just selling garbage, some Australian guy, they're going, right, now here we have a nice new Detroit piece of crap. This can be yours for 3 easy payments of $39.99. And you're looking at that going, I need that crap. And that's pretty much what they sell. And I'd like to thank you all very much for coming. I hope you like the show. And I hope I'll pass the audition. Exactly. You know that. All right, big hand for Vinny. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna have our man DJ Craig bring us in with a little beat here. I like that. We're gonna have. All right, we had a little conference there. This is live TV, y'all, so you never know what's going to happen. It's like reality TV going on. Okay, so I want to give a very special introduction here. I've gotten up and I've done my little, I'm a poet, look at me, and I spit this, and I think so deeply, blah, blah, blah. But really, the yin to my yang is my boy Mando here. It really brings a lot more flavor, a lot more style, a lot more beat and lyrics. It makes my stuff just seem a little cold and dry. So I want you all to really enjoy what you're about to hear here. This is my boy Mendo with a little something that we've done before. Quite impressive called More Drastic.
I guess we're gonna wait for the beat to go down. Just sit close as we take you on this tour. The trauma that we've endured, searching in and out for a cure. Lyrics down here be so simple and pure. You're running around the track for a hot minute, waiting for you to let me get up in it. Now while I'm straight and finished, we carry struggle, but it's how life be, cause I see at the end of the race, with all the style and grace, with a smile on my face, you're leaning back in the cut. You know what, we gonna make it, no matter what they say. All the doubters, can't believers, laying by the wayside, so many say I can't put it all together. Now you remember how those were the days back in Boston, just launching off the path of 10. It's time and time again to be on that stage. Wordplay doesn't change, we used to hunt for myself. I roll the weed up and tell, yo, we sit in those smoke-filled rooms, I talk about free film, individually, backpacking through the lands like a nomad. And we had opportunities to make it, but we get set back. They tell us that we lack the means to attack. Enemy of the state is right in front, but I'll be underground like stalagmites and stalactites. The light, the heads with respect to the speech. Like they in third period, economics show, built in fiber optics, one eye open, side optics, reminiscent of the days in the cipher. No more shade me, I'm gonna retire, I'm done with the fighting. But wait, I gotta keep on writing. So give me a minute while I gather my composure. I'm laying on 30 for the exposure. Cause each day we get closer and closer to the end. The more and again. Please listen. I would die when the track is on. And I still go right wrong. But you hear it in my next song. But for now you got it right in front of you. But it only so-called realities. We bring it home the troops. No more casualties. Remember Grandma Bailey. By the way, stay close to the edge, because if you look over, you may not be sober.
Oh, man, Mendo.
I don't ever do this, but I just say one thing. When I first wrote that, I had conflicts with what I grew up as music. And it's very funny because when you write something, you never know how somebody else is going to interpret what you do. And I've actually had quite a few different people give me their interpretations of where they thought I was and what I wrote this for. And I just think back and it's like, if people just do that with me, just small, just a little guy, just come out here just to enjoy what I love. Imagine how other people interpret what you say or what you say, and it just makes you think it's like, wow, maybe you touch people in different ways. Maybe you say things in different ways that will make them feel like, oh, I understand this, or I say this. So it's just funny though, because like I said, that was actually written about my struggles with rap music and how I hate the way it's become. But I love it. So yeah, that's something that makes this a little something special to me. So thank you for letting me know.
Along those lines, I want to put it out here really quick. We advertise this very much as open mic, poetry, spoken word, and music. And the music's not really meant to be there as an afterthought. We do kind of focus on the poetry and the spoken word, but we have had, even in our brief time here at the Rain Dogs, some amazing musical performances. And I always love to get performers up here that are doing, of course I love the music, of course I love the poetry, I love the comedy, I love all of it. But I love it when we get some musical talent up here. So we have someone coming up here. Bless this mic. This is Dorian. Dorian is going to crawl around the stage for the next 12 minutes. That's his performance.
Why don't you just give us a little beat, just a little while Dorian's getting set up, a little something.
Do your thing, man.
Love it, man.
Can I get a quarter inch out, please? A quarter inch from other pedal to a fix it. That's it.
What do you need? I don't have any. Hey, Adam. It's a quarter inch, right? Yeah. That's it.
I don't know if that's going to come through on the board. If we got to do it, that's right. It's going into an input that we're not currently mixing on. That's my point. He just plugged it into a new input over there. Yeah.
Rest assured, we're professionals here.
You're all in good hands.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, give me one more, maybe two more. Let me get it.
You got it.
Situated. You ready? Yeah, that's the one issue that we're gonna.
The what? CD? Reach out. From there to there?
Awesome. Just what channel you put it in on here?
I'm on 50. Oh. I got the phone over here. We can always pull this out though.
What else is on
No, there's one open.
Is it a power thing or is it he said he wants to get boosted up. Like, I don't know. Like, what input is he in right now?
Well, he's going through 16.
Yeah.
But I don't think they got it wired to go to 16. Like those quarters, inputs, I don't think they got it wired to come back here.
Well, okay, hold on now. If I had it in 13 before, 13 was coming back here.
Not his mic. 13 on here is music.
Right, but at some point though, we had both mics go. Right?
Well, your mic's
Oh,
your mic's
no. I'm sorry. I disregard.
your mic's a quarter inch.
Yeah.
This thing on the back mic, my music.
So we don't really have a way to support that. Let me get one. Let me get one more.
So that's going to be a blessed person.
Huh?
I don't listen to this.
I don't either.
Last time we did
If you can't do it from the mixer, you can actually just plug me directly into the PAs. That's another way to do it.
That'll work.
Yeah, that's another way to do it. So, plug whatever into me. If you can plug me which PA is the main PA, which PA is which. You got to do that. So. Check. Okay, that's great. Check. Okay. That off to Hey guys, make sure it is. Hey, the free birds. This first one is check, check, 1, 2, check. Slowly unravel in a ball of yarn. The devil collected with the brain. I love in a ball of yarn. The devil returned, and when you come back, we'll have to make new love. You'll never return, and so when you come back, we'll have to make new love. You'll never return, and so when you come back, we'll have to make new love. When you are away, my heart comes undone. Slowly unravel in a ball of yarn. The devil collected with the rain. My heart left in a ball of yarn. Never returns, and when you come back, we'll never make new love. You'll never return, so when you come back, we'll have to make new love. You'll never return, so when you come back, we'll have to make new love. So with that, I'm going to play you the most depressing song you will ever hear in your life.
Oh, it has some ambient, nigga. It has some motherfucking soul off, nigga.
I love this guy. You like him up next or something? Alright, this song is about this girl. She's just trying, and her dad dies. And so she's reminiscing on the days when she lived with her dad. And so she's like 5. There's a whole bunch of oohs and ahs. So be prepared for a whole bunch of oohs and ahs. I'm not kidding about that. Alright, cool.
That's what I'll do. Yeah. Straight, we're gonna be.
With tidings of her born, in the name of a God, He came in me, in the end of a pagan name, with tidings of Him, of an ancient race. Brother dear, in spite of religion, you killed all our people. of your God. Brother dear, for the night of its making day, I shall defend your land in the name of your God. Good eyes of you in my sleep. Eyes of you in my Brother dear, the night of his making day, I shall be your land in the name of God. Calling me behold. Holding you.
Dorian. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dorian. Right now, coming up on stage next, in a moment or two, we got Corey. Corey's going to bless the mic and give us a little something. I see you went home and got your papers.
I ran home and got my papers.
You got your papers.
I ran home and got my papers, bro.
Zigzag, you get his papers.
Yeah, you still got to let the files. Let's make sure. We want to make sure.
No, that's put it right here. Let's move to the
Okay. You are going to be at Freebird Saturday, this Saturday. So, what is it, like $50? $80? What is it? $120? $8. So first of all, I'm gonna have to teach everyone here a little something, because I don't think most people here are used to the poetry crowd.
Not at all.
So there's a little something you gotta get used to here. But the brother here says that I'm gonna be at Freebird for $8. There's only one acceptable amount you can have. $8? That's practically free.
Good Lord.
So let's try this one more time. Now, Dorian, you're gonna be at Freebird for how much? $8. That's practically free.
Yes.
That was pretty damn cool. Was that pretty damn cool? I didn't think we were going to pull it off. I thought, like, what the hell? This is going to be like an hour and a half of this. But once we pull it off, once they pull it off, all right, that was really damn cool. So much respect.
Good luck, man.
All right, so let's get Corey on stage real quick.
I want to mention something real quick here about Corey. Now, this is what I love about doing this open mic here. So we were sitting here about 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, doing our thing. Corey comes up to me like, yo, I had no idea this was going on. I had no idea you were doing it. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. Yes, we're doing this. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandmama, because if you want to get up here on stage, just like Corey ran off and got his notebook, if you want to read, if you want to memorize, if you want to do some awesome singing, harmonizing shit with all the pedals, whatever you want to do, this is the place for you to come. So, when they're ready, we're gonna give a big round of applause for Corey. It's gonna take us a minute.
Check. Yo, the kid on stage. My name Cosmic Conscious, aka Cosmic Dots, aka Ladies Man. I'm gonna be drumming outside in the front. I didn't really know y'all boys was holding it down in the back, so as of late notice, this set is officially called Last Minute. I'm chilling with my boy Dorian, we about to get up in it, man. Don't be mistakes, please don't be amazed, cause stuff like this is supposed to happen every time a one mic sprays. Open 2 1 mics at the same time, boy, what you fucking talking about? Came in with the nasty, came in with the rhinoplasty, all knows, bruh, I come with the pros. If you don't understand it, boy, you about to know. If there's anybody in the car, no cars, best believe that kid is about to glow. I'm not here to rap, but I'm gonna open up the set with something that sound like that. And if you stick around long enough, then you might have to hear some spoken word that's tough. Modern, 89 born in this 2014 AD style of poetry. See, the kid in me is about to do it nasty, but I'm gonna open it up and make you stretch your mind before I fucking stretch your spine with the mental yoga. Guarantee the boy's about to show you how to come through random.
Pure freestyle on a tandem. Two bicycles pedaling one direction. Boy, best believe I'm about to spit to erection. When I hit up the club, boys going through natural selection. Don't believe me when I say this to hug, and you will be amazed when you find that the section located right beneath your nose. Probated, I'm about to get the souls. Yeah, boy, I'm about to hit it to the souls, to the top of your dome. Get rich that going on. All this shit here is mere spawn, and all this shit right here is mere pawn. And in the backyard of your grandma's house, guaranteed up in the top of your grandmother's house. I don't really give a fuck about the hate. All I came to do is prostrate before the art gods. Make sure they see that shit that we offer is about to be bronze. I'm right here doing the mental section. I'm about to get up in the shit of sexy. I don't understand why these niggas texting, bro. I got a dumb phone, saying all the thing, that's what I'm on. I don't really understand what you know. Had it in the hand, and for the soul. In the mouth of the shit, that's what I'm on. Bro, I got that notebook in hand. Guaranteed this is not the beginning. Put it into the set of the rendering. And if you don't understand, bruh, I got pretended. Before I came here, I was playing my Nintendo, smoking, growing back the rear. Virtual dolls, I'm in this shit. Chicken way back there, I'm on this tip. Yes, though, we're about to end it. Yes, though, we're about to end it. Yes, though, we're about to split it. And that says I'm with it. And when I say I'm a duck it. Yeah, bro, you know I'm about to be bugging. Because this shit right here is free. Yes, this shit's no expectation. A surprise in your location. A no nines in your location. I rewind and I so hasten. This shit is so complacent. But at the same time, it's a placid beat rhyme with that mind. Shouts out to my boy Dorian, though, on the spontaneous top. Alright. Only got 5 minutes, so I'm trying to make this quick, but I'm not really good at making it quick. Asher girl. Alright. I mean, alright. Before I go into Dorian, don't tell a secret. It's an affair. Alright, so there's 2 ways to deciding who you are, and that is claiming what you are or claiming what you are not. So this next piece is called negative affirmation.
You fucked your girl.
My boy Tori, dog. Hey, give that man a round of applause, dog. I can't do it the peasants, dog. I am not a poet. I am not a rapper. I am not an artist. I am not a hipster. I am not a punk. I am just a cook. I am not a nigger. I am not a man. I am not a chick. I am not a faggot. I am not a dude. I am not a jerk. I am not swag. I am not cheap. I am an illusion. I am not an ego. I am not a body. I am not a mind. I am not a feeling. I am not kind. I am not a hate. I am not a craving, I am not a give, I am not a take, I am not a this, I am not a that, I am not abundance, I am not the man, I am not perception, I am not a band, I am not conception, I am not the need to expand, I am not an introvert, I am not within, I am I within. I am not a wave, I am not a face, I am not a neck, I am not a shoulder, I am not a chest, I am not an arm, I am not a hand, I am not a finger, I am not a ring, I am not a tattoo, I am not a job, I am not a car, I am not a scooter, I am not a bike, I am not a shirt, I am not a pair of pants, I am not a sock, I am not a shoe, I am not a me, I am not a you, I am not a who, I am not a what, I am not a where, I am not a why, I am not a when. I am all that's left. Listen, not for nothing, but my man Corey is blew this motherfucker up. So I'm right now, mine equals blown right now. So I'm gonna say it like this: Corey, you and I need to get together. There's gonna be some shit that's gonna happen. All right, we gonna let people know what Jacksonville's about. Much love. I really love this. This is exactly what we do here with Visions of Babylon. Every method of speech we put together, and now not only do we make people think that we preach, but we educate. So thank you very much. Who we got coming up next?
Coming up next, we have a special encore performance from our boy, spoken word poet and storyteller, Jimmy Locksmith. Put your hands together for Jimmy Locksmith. Welcome back to the mic.
Those here were here, missing last. When I say spoke it, you say word. Spoke it. Word. Spoke it. Word. I'm a thinker who studies around this realm and a believer in his beliefs, the finite, the infinite. You say that I'm strange and I will agree. Don't even test here who I am if I'm normal. That would not be me. If I'm too much for you, then you aren't paying attention. I don't make art for art's sake, or I create this for my own. What you see is what you get, but only if you look closely. Just because you don't understand doesn't make me a mystery or a puzzle. Now, I've done what I've done, and I've said what I've said. And all that I am is that which is me. Some of y'all missed that earlier. Just want to get that out of the way. This is too harder. These are my bones. A hunched spine indicative of breeding, running, and art. A damaged shoulder cuff, painful dislocation in youth. Torn cartilage and innate evidence of attack and assault. Displaced bones in the right wrist, pulled apart before they finish developing. Chip-break cheekbone, and obviously to the face. Dents and missing chunks of the shin bones, signs of hard work and activity. Damaged lower vertebrae, heavy lifting and straining. 2 dents in the cranium. A forceps baby. These are my bones. They never lie, they never forget. They will be the last things to remain. These are my bones, and they tell my story better than I do. When I was 18 years old, I lived in Jackson Beach with my older sister. And when I was out for a walk, I was out to do. And I had my jacket, I didn't have my wallet, these were for details. So as I was walking, I saw the marquee of Freebird that Il Nino was playing. Sweet, I thought. So I decided I was going to go to the apartment, drop my jacket, pick up my wallet, and head to the shop. But as I was walking back, I saw this kid who had become older than 17. And he came up to me and said, "Hey man, you need to change." And I looked at his garb. He had dirty jeans, stretched out t-shirt, and a green jacket with a bunch of really crude punk rock patches. He was a better punk. And I said, "Yeah, sure, I gotta give him some change." Went back to my apartment, dropped my jacket, picked up my wallet, these are for details. I was walking into the show. I saw this kid out there, still panning. Marquee, Il Nino. I looked over, saw the kid. Back to Marquee. Looked back at this kid. I went up to him and said, "Have you eaten today?" He said, "No." Big place. Give me friends. That night I fed 4 gutter bones. And as we were standing in line, I was getting ready to pay. And I had my wallet open, and my mind flashed back 10 years before. Me sitting on my mom's bed as she read the Bible, and it read this book of Matthew, chapter 25, verses 30 through 41. Don't quote me on that. Now, I'm paraphrasing here, so I'm not get a word or a stuff. So, and the Son of Man shall sit at the judgment of all the nations, and the sheep to his right and the goats to his left. And he say unto the sheep, "Come and forth, prepare for you since the long time. I was hungry, and you fed me. And I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. And I was naked, and you clothed me. And I was a stranger, and you took me in. And I was sick, and you took care of me. And I was a prisoner, and you visited me. And shall say unto the Son of Man, when we see like this in the list of and the Son of Man shall say unto the sheep, what you have done for these cities, you have done for me." So that I understood. I spent the entire night. Bought cigarettes. Later, I bought breakfast. Some beer. I just enjoyed my time with them. Yeah, I mean, I have. I burned through a paycheck that I just got. And to this day, I wonder if those four guys, who I've not seen since, I wonder if they know how much they did for me that night. Thank you. Okay, I like choices. I know you do too. So, poem or spoken, please? Oh. I don't have a lot of poems in this book. My apologies. Because a lot of people don't get it, and I really didn't know what you were asked. This poem's about what it's like to be mentally ill. Please take this brain. It is defective. I don't want it anymore. It causes sleepless nights, bad decisions, and unintentional fasting. Hurried speech and fixations. It causes me to organize things evenly, count mundane objects and live numbers. It makes me unable to understand people and read faces. It requires maintenance, monitoring, and medication. I have anxieties, obsessions, and can't pay attention. I stare off, wondering if there's reason to live or a point to life. I isolate myself from all my sadness. I stop caring about everything. So please, send me a new one. One that works. One that's normal. I'm sick of pain and fear, short attention spans, social awkwardness, distractions and confusions. I'm sick of the tears, the mania and depression. I'm sick of agitation and negativity. I want things to make sense. So please, take that as a break. I really like you. You'll find it in a green-eyed envelope. Return to sender. Okay, who wants to let me go? Okay. Alright, it's a number of years ago. I had a buddy, Steve. He was outdoors. And he was supposed to stay a while. Not a short while, but not a long while either. And so, he moved in and, there's this daily ritual that most people engage in, where you go into this chamber and water comes down or fills up, and there's like soap involved. Well, he wouldn't engage in this ritual. Ever. This guy was a finalist pig. If you ever come over to my house, he wants something to eat snowboards. This guy would take ramen noodles and eat 2 bricks at a time every 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, he stole one of my brother's beers. Then killed for less in my house. Yeah, the one night he wanted to go to sleep early. Our friend Matt, who just it's chubby. I mean, he's just gone by these all new muscles. So he's like, oh, I can be Matt. I was like, all right, we'll get you a beer. You can have your ass kicked by Matt. He went and he grabbed a beer from the fridge. And my brother goes, what did you just do? And he's like, I just got a beer. And he said, no, we told you we gave you a beer. And it was kind of tense. And eventually it got a little better. So I said, look, man, we're going to visit family in Pennsylvania. You have until we get back to find a new place to live. And he was still tripping me. And I tried to tell him, look, we opened our home to you. We gave you this opportunity, and you shat on it. Fuck you. So 2 nights later, he was out. And the funny thing was, when he first moved in, he said, hey, is there anyone you can stay with? He goes, I'm like, how about your mom? He goes, no, man, it was my mother. I could stay with my mom. Guess where he fucking went after we kicked him out? His mom's house. That bastard. Alright, thank you. That's Alright, I'm single dad, and I've never been good at dating. I'm just incredibly awkward. And I just find myself in worse situations. For example, I was supposed to at one point on a date meet up with this girl at the designated meeting spot, and we were going to go get food. So she gave me a call and said, hey, let's meet up at the designated meeting spot. And what I did was I took my meds, and my meds have to be taken on a full stomach, or else they cause stomach irritation. So what I thought I would do was I would just take my meds, we'd go get food, and everything would be okay. So I got to the designated meeting spot, and she was in her car. She was on the phone. She was on the phone for 20 minutes, and I had nothing sitting in my stomach except for my meds and about half a mouthful of water. So it was kind of awkward. And eventually, she got off the phone. We were driving. And all of you are hardwired so that your brain pretty much knows what's going on at any given moment. And at this particular time, my brain gets a signal from my stomach, and it goes, warning. Toxins detected in the stomach. Evacuation in 30 seconds. Pull over, and I thought I was going to do the guy thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. Where you just kind of like legs out, just lean over. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. And very gently, she goes, get the fuck out of my car! Okay. So I walked like 10 feet away, and I started puking. And my primary thought wasn't, oh my god, I'm puking. My primary thought was, oh my god, there's this pale-skinned, red-haired, brown-eyed goddess of beauty sitting in that car over there, and I must look like a complete jackass. And I had tears in my eyes, half of them were from the actual money. The other half was from the knowledge that there would be no second date. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. It's just bad. It's always been bad. One situation I found myself in, I had this girl over, willingly. And a buddy of mine gave me a call and said, hey, if I come by, use your computer. So, and I said, yeah, sure. He came by, he was on the computer. He was complaining about his back. And the girl's like, well, lay on the floor. We're like, what? And she's like, no, I'll give you a back rub. And so he lays down, she gets on top of him, and she's giving him this back massage. She looks up at me, and I'm like, oh, you motherfucker. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a bad situation. What do you think of me as a complete loser? Thinking me out before. I'll tell you, successful later. I was going to meet this girl at a concert. It was actually True Shadow, the Mary Widows. Awesome. Great show. So, we were standing alongside, and she was like, looking at me. I don't know if you know very well, I can't. You women, I try, I just can't read you or understand you. I like you very much, but I just can't understand, like, the female psyche. And so she was giving me this look, and I didn't know what to think, but I heard this gentle little voice saying me very softly, "Cancer, you fat fuck!" And I'm like, holy shit, I scared myself, swear to God. And I'm just like, well, and then the voice goes, just look at her, she's an idiot. I'm looking at her, I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, she just has that look for everybody, you know? It's like, do it! And I was arguing with myself for a while, and she could tell. She's like, and I figured if I could force some papers of gold, and I leaned in and I kissed her. I pulled back, and she goes, finally! I'm like, what the fuck do you mean finally? She's like, I've been staring at you for like 20 minutes. I'm like, sorry. And so I had to take her home. She was 16, I was 18. And me trying to be cool doesn't work. I said to her, hey, is there legs right in case you die? And just without any kind of like hesitation, she goes, yeah, there. And so we pulled off, and I was like, okay. And we were making out, and I was just feeling on her stomach just because I just like the way women's skin feels. It's just, I just do, you know. They're just beautiful, wonderful, soft, and just aesthetically appreciative. And then, like, my thumb accidentally brushed the bottom of her bra. My immediate thought was, oh my god, Mace spray tasers. I'm not ready for this. Oh my god. And she goes like, I'm gonna stop you. I'm like, huh. Okay, or in my head. Otherwise I would be telling the story. So then I reached in and I slid into second. Very proud of myself. And then we were making out, and at some point I thought, this chick might be into me. And she was basically pulling me against my seat, and I thought to myself, this chick is definitely into me, but, I don't know. And she said to me, and I quote, I want to rape you so bad. This chick is definitely into me. And she's like, but I can't. I'm like, I'm going to get laid by this chick. And I did. Thank you.
All right, give another round of applause for Jimmy Locksmith. Okay, we have another encore performance. This gentleman got up earlier, did some credited, thoughtful stuff, and we're glad to get him that one more time. So let's get a big round of applause again for Jay.
That's your,
That's what I have on text.
Respect the mind.
The solitary confinement of one's own experience old and intertwined. These leading impressions, something of his fate, unthoughtfully planned and executed in hate. Unwavering allegiances to more than one side, standing up to fight and then running to hide, looking for answers while lacking in sense, carelessly perched atop a crumbling fence. Greetings are just goodbyes, sugar-coated and served, before the end of the night and the losing of nerve. And personally being cordial without batting an eye, regurgitating the honesty without having to try, trudging through the trenches of daily routine, labeling spontaneity immature and obscene, while yearning for emancipation and to breathe free, feeling too deaf to hear, knowing too blind to see. Drowning in an overwhelming sense of discourse, having to battle back and retreat by force. The true to self notion, once held real, now strange, while being hopeful in that it's never too late to change. The next one's called Desolate, and speaks for itself. The rusty for sale signs that run up and down the neighborhood streets are anchored to the ground by the hopelessness of former families, left forsaken by the hand that feeds so many more less deserving. The empty rooms that were once filled with children's laughter and fervent cheering of Christmases or Super Bowls or just plain old Sunday family dinners are now emotionless and dead. The yards once kept by men who took their weekends time to tend, and gardens whose bountiful offerings gifted the mothers and children thanks, are now overgrown and ragged, spilling over cracked sidewalks. The doghouse sits in one backyard, paint peeling, beneath the tree. How many years and games of fetch did that old oak stand a testament to before a man in a white car came to glue an orange sticker to the front door? That's one of the out of your hair. The places you love and end up being what you hate. The city's impersonal, you feel second rate. You're up against the wall and you're under the gun, looking for hope from anything or anyone. They take from you, they never give. It's how you've had to learn to live, day to day, face to face, getting by place to place. Worn out the welcome that you so enjoyed. The honeymoon phase has passed, and now you're hurt and annoyed. No one's around to answer your call. Once they held you up, now they let you fall. The rotting city skyline, poisoned to the core. Looking to the horizon, you want something more. drowning in the venom, losing your mind, desperately needing to leave it all behind. Just treading water, simply playing the game, but something is missing, it's just not the same. Absence of sentiment and sincerity, the need to get out, the have to break free. Idly wasting time wondering why, watching as your life slowly passes you by. At the end of the day, nothing seems right. You breathe your goodbyes and depart with the night. Closer to the sun, racing the dawn, no one notices or cares that you're gone. By highway or byway, by boot heel or track, you're getting out. Man, don't ever look back.
Thank you again, Jay.
All right,
That's
Jay.
awesome. Yeah, I'm going to mention a couple things really quick. First of all, I have 2 more performers on the docket. We have room for more, so if there's anyone else feeling their oats a little bit, wants to get up and feel the magic of this mic, by all means, let me know. Otherwise, maybe be wrapping up. But I want to mention one more thing really quick as well. We have a great response tonight. Had a great response last time we were up here. The one thing I keep getting over and over again is, when are you here again? Like the first and the second Wednesday?
Second, fourth.
There you go. You know,
Fourth.
is it like Tuesday and Wednesday? No. Is it like every other Wednesday? Well, not exactly. So it's the second and fourth Wednesday. If you have any problem remembering that, we got flyers over here. You can see them up in front. Come by. Feel free to grab one for yourself. Put it in your car windshield. Put it on your mirror when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. You know, whatever you got to do. You can even take it and show it to other people. Maybe you get other people up here on stage. So whatever you want to do, if you want to fly, feel free to come by. We'd love to have you spread the word about what's going on. I'll also mention really quick, I like to do this every show that we do because a couple years ago when I first started really kind of exploring the poetry scene here in Jacksonville, I didn't actually realize there was a poetry scene here in Jacksonville. And I don't want to, consult anyone with television. You guys all might be in the scene or whatever. But I just know, for me at least, I didn't even realize there was a scene. So I like to get up here and just, give a few props to the people that are doing this thing, that have been doing this thing for years before we even started this. So I'll mention really quickly, if you want more details about this, feel free to come up and talk to me afterwards. I'll give you all the details, the contact information, the places, the time, the Facebook pages, the websites, etc. Because I want to do everything I can to promote everything else that's going on in town, poetry and spoken word. But every Monday night at 3 Layers Cafe in Springfield, cool, chill place. If you haven't been to 3 Layers Cafe, first of all, you need to check it out. They got the Jeff Squares, which is like the most addictive little piece of yummy gooiness you'll ever eat in your life. It's almost like crack, but it's legal. So, hey. But on top of that, every Monday night at 3 Layers Cafe, my boy Ant does a show called Verbal Essence. Starts about 7:30 at night. It's real chill. It's a family atmosphere. They don't say some of the naughty words that we say up here. Fuck that. But yeah. But it's still a cool family atmosphere. Great poetry. Great open. Very welcoming to everyone. So if you want to go by there, you're always welcome. Every first, third, and fifth Thursday of the month. So the next one will be tomorrow night. They'll have the cipher, which happens at the Real Team Cafe downtown.
The Real Team Cafe.
And in fact, tomorrow night, the guy featuring at the cipher is Ant. The guy who normally hosts the Verbal Essence show at 3 Layers Cafe. So I encourage you to go by there as well. Really get a feel for what everyone's doing, because you're going to get a different vibe. It's not a better vibe. It's not a worse vibe. It's a different vibe. You get to feel different artists.
But it ain't the Visions of Babylon.
It ain't the Visions of Babylon.
Shameless self-promotion.
Yeah. So, anyway, with no further ado.
One more. Every second and fourth Thursday at TSI.
Good point. Yes. So I not to cut you off, but I just want to make sure you get something across the mic. So every first, third, and fifth Thursday, they have it going on at Cypher, which is at the Real Team Cafe. It says it starts at 8. It starts about 9 o'clock. Okay. But every second and fourth Thursday, you go down to TSI down on Bay Street, and they got artistry, and it's the same kind of vibe. Open mic, spoken word, poetry. Go over there, get inspired by hearing the words of others. Get up there and speak what you speak. You know, whatever you want to do, but it's a good night. So basically, every Thursday of the month, there's something going on. Whether it's at Cypher at the Real Ting Cafe, or whether it's at TSI, TSI on Bay Street. Every Monday, you want to get over to Three Layers Cafe because Ant has this thing going on for lessons. It's a great night. Used to be a country thing going on. We won't get into that. Yeah, it got messed up. But there's also a lot more one-off nights that go on. My man Moses West, he's always doing events around town. Bill Clinton, and you may not know who these people are, but I can get you in touch with the scene. And it's amazing. Like 3-4 nights a week, you could go out in Jacksonville and hear poetry, spoken word. You can hear artists get up and do their thing, hip hop, lyrics, spitting. It's really amazing. I didn't even know that scene existed here in Jacksonville a couple of years ago. So again, I'll leave that alone. But if y'all are any interested at all in seeing what else is going on in town, please let me know.
All right, so now up on stage we're gonna have our man Jacob come back up. He gave us a little bit of flavor into the Visions of Babylon piece. So we're gonna ask him to drop it again. And DJ Craig, listen, DJ Craig, can I just get some love? Because the DJ been back there trying to pump it back. He's over back. It's not his own life. Because usually Craig will be like scratching and mixing and scratching. But tonight we had a lot more going on out of the norm, which we love because we love the fact that everyone's on stage. But DJ Craig back there sweating back there like a hot box.
I've been hooking everything up tonight.
But yeah, he's gonna give us a little sub right here with Jacob.
Was a little different from the last one. A little back though. I don't really do that, but I really do. 19. You know, this discusses a lot more topics. I chat with who can hear me. Everyone hear me? Put your hands up. Alright, thank you. Alright, can I bring it back just a little bit? That's my fucking song. Yes, yeah, can we bring it back a little bit before that?
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, I forgot my words for a minute, but we're all right now. Yeah, like I was saying, it's just this. You know, the last song, if you listen carefully, was about a certain substance. This song is just about everything. Watch my grandma bury uncle in his dying days. So my mama look me at my face and say, Jacob, if you don't change your ways, you gon' see an early grave. And at the time I was on a never been chill break. I got my shit together with that other guy we work together. Every day I pray, grandmother feel no pain, no suffering, cause she loved beyond measuring. When she gets that heaven be a lot better weather. And I know she lived a life of undeserved pain. I can see it in her eyes, and it breaks me down and cry. And I wish I could trade my life for hers, cause I'm the one who deserved to ride in the hearse. Man, when I was young, life was so fun and carefree, but I was forward at 13. I had to lose my daddy, and it led me to lie. cause I'm misguided and I never abided, so I guess I retired. I'm a cheat, and of course I'm a liar. I deserve to be burned, ripped apart with some pliers. My whole life I've been chasing the dragon. When you finally catch it in the back of the wagon, headed to it. Should be unintentionally. You can never understand another person's side of story, because we walk the same path, yet we travel different roads where it's not the road ends. Knows by know. And my grandma, though I'm acting so shamefully, popping pills out of control, just being crazy when I got into recovery, the spiritual journey. Looked her in the face and she said she forgave me, and I learned to take talk. Never stop for no one, so pull that gun. That you only got one shot. Is life you ain't trading. So when I leave this earth, I'm going out, guns are blazing.
Yo, my man Jacob again, right? So, again, this is a Babylon. When you come into our house...
You're louder.
So, yes, when you come into our house, and when you come into our house, you're able to express yourself in any means, how you feel you're able to. And tonight has been a true vision of Babylon, right? Because we've been able to give everybody a different flavor. I thank every one that's come out tonight, so I really appreciate that. Night's not over yet, because my man C here. All right.
So nothing I say fine. Sorry. All right. My name is CJ Dates, and I was up here earlier. How many people have heard me perform before? All right, I gotta come up with some new material. I was gonna just run the same thing. No, Adam said earlier, you know, the more you drink, the better you sound. So I went out and I pounded a pitcher. Hoping it was sort of, you know, make things happen here. But then after I pounded that pitcher, I had to go to the bathroom. How many people go to the bathroom in here? This bathroom, you guys been in there, it's got the sheet music on the wall, right? Real creative, except I got a staffy picture. I'm sorry, that was terrible. That was just terrible. All right. So last night I was watching a movie. You guys have seen that James Bond movie, Skyfall? You guys seen that movie? Skyfall, right? Yes, Skyfall. So if you haven't seen it, it goes something like this. Q comes in and goes, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling! Call James Bond!" James Bond comes on the scene, but Foxy Loxy ends up making a laser, takes the whole world down. But Daniel Craig makes the sexiest chicken licking. Oh my God, the sky's falling. It is so good. But here's the thing, in the new Bond movies, they're always doing these product placement things. You've seen this, James Bond, he's always like flashing his Rolex, or he's driving a Vanquish, right? Where the hell is the spokesman for Gold Bond? Am I right? You got Goldfinger, right? Gold Bond comes in. James Bond is jumping into unknown bodies of water, unknown bodies of women. That guy has got some fungus problems. He's got fungus problems. He needs Gold Bond, medicated body lotion. Gold Bond, come on. He needs that. All right. So I told you earlier. I've got one kid that I adopted and one on the way. My wife is pregnant, and some people cheered earlier, but my wife is pregnant, so that means I'm 27.
and I'm looking into a vasectomy. Because I'm done with this, and I don't want any more kids, right? So, if you don't notice that stuff when you're too young, you don't notice that stuff, there's a billboard around Jacksonville that says, vasectomy, no needle, no scalpel, and I'm like, maybe I don't know what a vasectomy is. No needle, no scalpel, clothespins, clamps, sledgehammer, prayer, what are they using? They're not using a needle, they're not using a scalpel, what are they using? Yeah, I have no idea, I have no idea. So, but having an adopted son is interesting, right? Anybody here have an adopted kid? You are adopted, there you go. Now, when people say to you, oh, your son, it's so great, and you're like, yeah, right, he's adopted. They're like, oh, wow, we adopted our dog. We brought him to our house, we just love him so much, we just had to adopt him. I'm like, yeah, it's the same exact thing. When I take my son for a walk, I just don't put him on a leash. And I don't pick up his poop. I let him wherever he wants to. It's just a little bit different, but it's a little bit, yeah. So having a bigger family makes you think about your extended family, makes you think about your grandparents. I've got one grandfather left living. My grandmother died, but when the good thing is when she died, it's not terrible, so good thing. Good thing is when she died, you can start to quote her. When people die, you can start to quote them. And so it's fun to say, it's like my grandma always used to say, keep those dentures in your mouth till you're done brushing. She was so lazy. Yeah, well, my grandfather, he used to sit out on the porch. He could say that he could tell when it was going to rain by pain in his knee. And so he would sit out on the porch and he would say, oh, I can tell when it's raining by pain in my knee, right? And so my mom would say, go out there and hit your grandpa on the knee with a hammer. He needs to come inside. So I go out there and hit him on the knee, and he would come inside. And did I tell you he was blind and deaf? I didn't tell you that. He was blind and deaf. So I hit him on the knee with a hammer. He would come inside. Yeah. He thought it was going to rain. But so only a few people here heard me before, but I'll say this again. Musicians and stand-up comedians are measured on a different standard. They're measured differently because musicians can come into a place and they can go, she's a good girl, and everybody's like, oh, I love that song. Tom Petty, yeah, Tom Petty, love that song. Right? They can do that. But if they were judged on the same standard as stand-up comedians, Tom Petty would come up and go, she's a good girl, and everybody goes, damn, does he have some new material? Right? They would say that to them. But you ever been to a concert where people do this? And I'm sorry if you were here earlier, but you've been to a concert where people do this. They go, man, we're a really well-known band. We're going to do this. You get to the chorus, and they go, and you're like, I paid $80 to come listen to you sing, and you're handing the microphone to me? No, that's not happening, right? So I was thinking, if musicians and stand-up comedians are measured the same way, when I get to all of my punchlines, I'm just going to go, oh, that's the part, you guys who were here earlier, that's the part where you say, fuck you, you're telling the jokes, ready? So I get to my punchlines and I say, fuck you, you're telling the jokes. Yeah, thank you.
CJ, fuck you, you're telling the jokes, right? Okay. I think we've reached the end. Is there like a song I should sing, or like kind of a sad clown thing? Yeah. All I'm gonna say, thank you everyone. It's been a wonderful night. The second and fourth Wednesday of every month. If you're not on our Facebook page, go to facebook.com/JacksPoetry. Like our page, love it, make out with it, do whatever you do with your Facebook pages. You'll get all of our updates, and you will hear when the next one is coming up, which will be 2 weeks from tonight.
And this very stage, the one, the only, Mando will be up here. I might even do a little too. Who knows? Thank you, everyone. Appreciate all of you coming out.
See, I don't know if we're going to do that or not. Adam! Oh, I know he's free. Oh, yeah, man. Not a huge deal, you're my heart, but I'm cracking up. Nice to meet a dad. I mean, we did not expect the night that we just had. And yeah, I'm fucking floored. Did you record this tonight or the whole thing? I recorded it. It's on YouTube.
Okay, you guys post to YouTube?
Yeah, it's Visions of Babylon. B-A-B-B-L-E. Where's our flyer at? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Get with Adam. He's got a flyer.